This program is rated PG. It contains themes and scenes which may not be suitable for very young audiences. Parental guidance is advised.
Be advised that the views and opinions of the hosts and guests do not reflect those of the station.
Good evening, Philippines. Welcome to General Assignment, now on its 5th season. Back with us tonight, Attorney Tiki Tabohara, Secretary General of Progun. Let's talk about strides in the fight, in government's fight versus corruption, in view of the fact that the chief of the Philippine National Police was recently suspended over supposed corruption cases. I'm your host, Miguel Hill. And good evening. Welcome back to you, Tiki.
Yeah, good evening, Miguel. Thank you again for inviting me. Always a pleasure to be in your show.
You know, we had to invite you again because this is one topic. The issue of corruption is a topic that is we cannot turn a blind eye to. It is always there, and this particular government, the Aquino administration, came to power supposedly on the back of its strong position against corruption in government. So, good governance was its slogan, no? Daang matuwid, or the straight path. Now, we have seen, of course, that it has won, not yet won, but it has gone all out in the fight against certain corrupt officials who happen to be in the opposition. And this, of course, raises some question marks. But now, a very close administration official, one who is supposedly in the inner circle, finds himself under fire. The chief of the Philippine National Police, Alan Purisima. And we also understand that you are among the attorneys, you and your group were the ones or who continue to spearhead the fight to have him removed from office. So this is, I think, your first partial victory. Tama ba yan? Partial victory.
Well, just to clarify, no, we were not the ones who filed the plunder case against him. It was another individual, no.
So there are several groups.
Correct. There are currently 4 plunder cases filed against the Chief PNP in the Ombudsman.
Apat.
And one of them was the one filed earlier this year, which we believe was the subject of this preventive suspension that was imposed now. On our part, we are interested in these cases, though, because our case is related to these cases, because our case is in the Supreme Court, which deals with firearms.
Refresh our memory. Ano yung kasong sinampa nyo? And paano ito naiba dito sa mga iba pang kaso?
Well, last March of this year, no, we filed a petition in the Supreme Court requesting for a temporary restraining order against the restrictive firearms policies, no, dun sa PNP. And the implementer or the person who issued those policies was the Chief PNP, General Alan Purisima. So we were questioning the policies. Now, along this line, no, one of the issues that we were raising in the Supreme Court was the Wear Fast courier service, which we alleged, or which was alleged to be overpriced, no. So nagkaroon ng issue of corruption. But some other groups took up on this issue, no, and filed behind us after our case was filed in the Supreme Court, plunder cases against the Chief PNP based on this allegation of overpricing of the Wear Fast courier service, which was being implemented by General Purisima for delivery of firearms licenses to licensed gun owners.
Okay. Para sa mas maintindihan ng lahat, no, when we talk about plunder, we talk about taking or supposedly stealing or malversing an amount in excess of 50 million pesos. Tama ba yun?
Yes.
Yung ba ba yun o nadagdagan na?
Yes, that's basically misappropriation, no, of public funds, no, in excess of 50 million pesos, and this is a non-bailable offense. No, ibig sabihin nito walang piyansa, no. So once you are charged with plunder na i-file to sa Sandigan Bayan, you are automatically suspended from office and makukulong ka, walang piyansa.
Bago tinanggal itong parusang bitay, no, itong death penalty, I understand ang plunder was one of those considered heinous crimes na pwedeng ikabitay ng tao, di ba?
Yes,
Okay.
but
So serious, in other words.
it's
Mabigat.
serious, and mabigat kasi life imprisonment ito eh. So if you're convicted for plunder, you go to jail for life. And we are seeing this right now, no, doon sa tatlong senador na nakulong ngayon, no, na chinarge sila sa Sandigan Mine ng plunder, and while the trial is pending, o habang naglilitis yung kaso nila, nakakulong sila, hindi sila nakapiyansa. So kulong na sila. So this is a first, no, if I may add, no, dito sa Chief PNP kay General Purisima, well, it's a first in Philippine legal history, no, that a chief of the Philippine National Police has been suspended, no, by the ombudsman. Nakakalungkot, no, because the position is such a noble position, no, Chief PNP, napaka kataas-taasan na position, and yet it was tarnished, no, by these acts, no, committed by the individual who is currently sitting as the Chief PNP, you know, and it's very parang yung sa mga lower ranks medyo nakakaano, no, nakakadismaya.
Sa salitang police, nakaka-low moral.
Nakaka-low moral kasi you know, the chief is somebody you look up to, no, to
supposedly
be
4-star general,
a person of
kuno.
integrity,
Okay.
of uncompromising principles, and yet all these things are happening, no. Meron pa latest yung nung sinuspend siya nung Friday, December 7, na serving
Yes.
order. Nung Monday, may nag-file na naman ng plunder ulit sa kanya, falsification doon sa Batangas property naman. So it's a new case again, no. So dumadami ang mga kaso, and nakakalungkot, no, yung mga ganitong pangyayari.
Okay, let's take a look at the historical background. No? The Philippine National Police Law was enacted or took effect in 1990. No? So now it's how many years old? It's 24.
It was amended in 1997, I believe.
Pero ito ang kauna-unahang kaso ng isang police chief or chief of the PNP na nakasuhan ng ganito. Even before the PNP, the Philippine Constabulary, and for a certain period, the Philippine Constabulary had under its wing the Integrated National Police, no, which was more or less the almost PNP na yan, no, na-develop. Wala pa rin ako narinig na inabot ng ganyang kaso.
Although, if you recall, during the Aquino Galman double murder case, itong si Chief of Staff General Fabian Ver,
Pero Chief of Staff,
nung nakasuhan
AFP.
siya, AFP, he was the Chief of Staff of the AFP at the time, nung nakasuhan siya ng Sandigan Bayan, natanggal din siya na preventive suspension din siya noon during the pendency of the trial. So, that I believe that was a precedent, no,
Yun
for
ang legal precedent
what is
na,
going on
okay.
right now, no? Pero sa police, wala pa. This is the first time. Although after their terms, no, 3 of them are now charged, no, yung mga previous chief PNP, si General Rason, I think, is now in custody sa PNP Custodial Center for plundering yata. And then I think General Versosa is also charged for the helicopter deal, no, with the first gentleman. So may dalawa nang nauna sa kanya na who are now currently being tried in the Sandigan Bayan for these charges, no. Itong mga graphing corruption.
Ikaw, you are an officer of the Integrated Bar of the Philippines. No? You're very active in the legal circles. In fact, itong mga advocacy mo, yung mga anti-crime NGO, itong Progun and some other groups that you are a member or an officer in. Medyo malawak yung exposure sa ganyang bagay. Ano sa tingin mo ang rason kung bakit itong mga posisyon na ganito, itong mga uniform position na to, particular pag inabot mo na yung tugatog ng tagumpay as far as your career is concerned, bakit napakalakas nung mga
Tukso.
temptation, yung mga tukso sa ganito? alam naman natin na nakatutok na media with the electronic media, mahirap nang itago itong mga ganitong mga bagay, di ba?
Yun nga, no, it's so sad, no, that these things are happening kasi paulit-ulit na ito, no, the past 3 terms no, of the Chief PNP, ganito na, no, kasunod-sunod na, puro may mga kaso, and you know, it seems that people never seem to learn their lesson, no, na public service is really supposed to be a public trust, no, but it would seem that it seems to be going out of control, no, dito sa agency ng PNP, which is really supposed to be a very noble institution, no, police, no, very noble. But unfortunately, yung liderato po nila appears to be going out of line, no. So kailangan may correction ng konti. This current situation na preventive suspension ng Chief PNP is already a long string of problems throughout this year na hindi na a-address kaya na umabot na sa ganito.
Okay, pinag-uusapan po natin yung mga korupsyon, yung mga alleged corruption na nagaganap sa Philippine National Police at ang pagkakasuspinde ng pinakamataas na opisyal nito. So if you want to take part in our discussions, you can text your questions or reactions to mobile number 0915-209-6012. Okay, Attorney Tikip, yung pagtututok tayo sa kaso ng isang partikular na tao, baka mahirap solusyonan yung problema eh. Tingnan siguro natin beyond Alan Purisima, beyond Versosa or kung sino man yung mga nasampahan ng kaso, no, kung sino man yung mga incumbent or recently retired generals, no. Yung sistema natin, yung PNP law itself, do you think that it may be time to amend it further dahil kasi ngayon we are seeing certain weaknesses in the system itself beyond the personalities?
Correct. In fact, nung nag-Senate hearing si Grace po,
Yes.
naalala niyo, yung nandun si General Purisima, meron tinanong doon isang PNP officer ni Senator po na does the NAPOLCOM or the National Police Commission have jurisdiction, disciplinary jurisdiction over the Chief PNP? Hindi niya masagot.
So, hindi nila alam?
Hindi masagot. But the answer is, of course, yes. Of course, because the NAPOLCOM exerts jurisdiction over all officers all the way up to the Chief PNP. Now, sa katotohanan nga niya, meron pang People's Law Enforcement Board, no, yung pleb na tinatawag, na which also exercises concurrent jurisdiction, no? May jurisdiction rin siya dun sa mga police officers na nakakamali dun sa mga specific cities na mga municipality na mga kung saan-saan sila nakalocate, no. So these are actually remedies, no, available to the citizens if there are abuses by the police, no, whatever the rank, no. Pwede silang dumaan dito sa administrative liability dito sa NAPOLCOM o kaya sa
So this is
sa
at the
pleb.
various city halls or municipal halls?
Yes, itong NAPOLCOM is the centralized office kung saan itong sa Makati, no, na pwedeng kasuhan yung mga administrative complaints, no, against erring police officers. Meron din tayong People's Law Enforcement Board, yung pleb sa mga cities, no, sa mga municipalities where you can also file, no, administrative cases. Plus, meron pang internal service, yung internal affairs service.
Internal affairs.
Oo, na kung saan directly ililitis o i-consider yung administrative complaint within the force itself.
Okay. Kung gusto niyo makilahok sa ating diskusyon ngayong gabi, 0915-209-6012. Inuulit ko po, 0915-209-6012. General assignment will be right back after a few reminders. Don't go away.